Welcome. It's good to see you back again. In this next section on marketing research, we're going to be talking about what is called secondary data. In the introductory video that we did, one of the things that I wanted to get across is that marketing data is expensive. People pay a lot of money for good quality marketing data, and that puts us at a disadvantage, folks who don't have a lot of money to go spend on buying good content. So I have to find other ways to be able to find that data. One of those ways to do that is called secondary data. Now, secondary research is something that you guys do all the time. You go out on the web, you go and look for content, you read about a restaurant, you do research on a product that you might want to purchase. You're doing that kind of research and so forth to find out about that. So we want to do some of that kind of secondary data, secondary research to be able to find out what people are talking about and looking at. Okay, so on the page that you're currently looking at, with the video on it, there's several databases that we can go and take a look at. So I'm going to show them how to get to those on the video here, so that you can go and play with them now, later, or take them off that library guide page you're actually on. So on my screen, I'm actually at highpoint.edu/library. The library link's at the bottom of all the pages, so if I go down here, I can find the library listed again. It's just another way to get back to that page. Now, the content we're going to be looking at over the course of these next couple of videos is called proprietary content. The school buys it. So you need to come to this page or have the link off of one of these pages to be able to open that. When you're off campus, it's going to prompt you for username and password. So you can't just go to the web page and open it. You need to come into these links to make it work. Okay? Simple enough. Anyway, guys are over here on the side. Do keep in mind, as always, the chat box is over here if you want to chat with a librarian, or if you'd like to make an appointment or schedule an appointment, you can pop in and just make an appointment with one of the librarians so that you can get together in person, or you can do it virtually these days, of course. So the source that we're going to use for our secondary data is we're going to use something called ABI-Inform. It's called Abstracts in Business Information. So it's a business info database. They sell this to businesses, and they sell it to academic schools and so forth, so their students can use it for research. So to get to those, I can either go to Databases A to Z, I can use a link on the library guide page you're looking at, or I can simply go down here and click on View All. So some of the biggies that we do a lot of stuff with are on this beginning page, including Statista, including something like Google Scholar and ProQuest Central. I'm going to click into View All. Guys, these are listed alphabetically, and anytime I want, I can simply go in and just type in a topic, like business, and it sorts them for me. So I could type in health, I could type in English, I could type in history, whatever. So the one I want sitting right here, and it's called ABI-Inform. So I'm going to click into this, and I'm going to do a couple simple searches. Now these searches are described on your handout that you're looking at. These searches are described on the library guide that you're looking at. So if you want to come back to those and see how to do them, you certainly can. But the thing I wanted to take a look at is I'm really interested in the electric car market. I wanted to go in and take a look at Tesla. Everyone's heard of Tesla, Elon Musk and so forth, and those wonderful electric cars. So to do that search, I'm going to type in Tesla. That's going to get me going. So that's going to be that sort of the company name and so forth. And the thing I'd like to know about is I'd like to know about market. So I'm going to put in the word market. And at the end of that, I'm going to put an asterisk. Okay? So these are some of those little tricks when people do searches. So what this is doing is it's looking for the word market. Also, any other word that continues that word. So market, marketer, marketing, market-like, probably a bunch of words I can't think of, like markets and so forth. But anyway, it just gives me and makes it sort of a broader piece to go in and take a look at. So Tesla's a big, big company. So I'm going to see lots and lots and lots of hits and so forth to go with that. And then I can simply scoot down the screen and take a look at some of those references to see if they're going to be good for me. One of the things that you can do is over here on the left-hand side is the kinds of sources that you're looking at. So, when you go out and search on the web, you might find a page that's a blog post. You might find a page that's just a web page. You might find a page where they're trying to sell you something. And this is similar to that. But what I get to see here are newspapers and magazines, dissertations, which are big academic things. But newspapers would be like the Wall Street Journal. A magazine would be like Business Week or something like that. But this one also has something really cool on here, and those are called scholarly journals. The neat things about scholarly journals is that they're very, very long, and they have a lot of content with them. And that's what I'm looking for. Remember that IDC report we took a look at in the first video? It had a dense amount of narrative content, and that's what I want to go and take a look at. So guys, I didn't make this up. I didn't try and go find this special for you, but take a look at the second article here. The Journal of Strategic Innovation and Sustainability, Electric Car Brand Positioning in the Automotive Industry, Recommendations for Sustainability and Innovative Marketing Strategies. So this is not only the marketing of automobiles and so forth, but it's electric automobiles, and of course Tesla's going to be a big part of that. My view full text is right here. I can simply click into it to take a look at it, and I've got that entire article to take a look at, and I can see my highlighting and so forth. So I can simply go in and read the sections that I would like to. A trick, when you get to long articles like this, and you'd like to search the article, just do a find in page. So for me, a Control F, and I can go in and type in market, and I can see the word market anytime it ends up on the page. And I can simply scoot down the page and read through that content. On a Mac that uses Command F, right? So I can go in and simply find a way to read about this little sections. Makes it quick and easy. I also might want to cite this. So when I'm writing a paper, I like to cite this. I'm doing a report, I want to cite this. I want to say where the information came from. So you'll notice there's a little cite button right here. I can simply choose APA, 6th or 7th edition, whatever my professor's using. I'm going to leave it at the 6th. And I can simply go in and copy and paste it. I really only need this upper part. They include the rest of this here. Sorry, I only need this upper part right here. They include the URL, but you really don't have to have that for your reference. Cut and paste, put that into my report, and I can start by going in and actually taking a look at that piece of that to be able to pull that into place. Okay, so it's a quick way to be able to go in and find that kind of content. Now I want to do one more search, so I'm actually going to go back to my search results. I'm going to scoot back up here to the top, and I want to show you just another little trick. So my search is up here, and instead of just doing market this time, I'm going to do this one different. I'm going to go in and actually do market share, because that's what I'm really interested in. It's going to go in and highlight it like that. Now here's another search trick. So this time, instead of just market share as word terms or using an asterisk, I'm going to put quote marks around it. What this does is it asks the computer, or Google, or ABI, whatever, to go in and search for the term market share, but only when it occurs together. So Tesla and market share. So I'm going to do that search again. Again, it's going to limit to scholarly journals because that's what I've asked it to do, but I can change that if I'd like to, and I will. But notice what happens just immediately. I still get that really great article there, but as I scoot down, Tesla, Anatomy of a Run-Up, a Framework for Market Management, Tesla, and so forth. So I get to see all these other really, really cool articles and so forth about the electric car and market share, specific to Tesla. Anytime I want to get rid of this, go back to all the content that's there, and I can go in and pull something out of the Wall Street Journal or a trade publication and so forth if I wanted to read something that was a little bit lighter weight and a little bit easier to read. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. This is our section on secondary data. The next section to this is actually going to be company research, so I hope that you'll follow along and take a little bit more look at this. When you get to the worksheet, one of the things we've asked you to do is to go and do a little research on a company and find an article like one of these. So I hope this works well for you. Thanks, and I'll talk with you again.